Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're back with some more OP06 slash EB01 meta gameplay. And today I wanted to showcase Enel. We had some fun over the past few weeks showcasing the new EB01 leaders, which unfortunately are all a little bit like off meta. So I wanted to kind of go back and jump to a more meta deck. And Enel really got a lot of powerful tools in EB01 that kind of has brought this leader back into the spotlight to be a better yellow leader than what Katakuri was doing in the regular OP06 before the release of EB01. Now, there's two versions, there's two ways to play now. More is a lot more aggressive, where you play 7 costs, like when you play the 7 cost Enel, I'm just trying to pull up the cards right now, right? There's a more aggressive version where you play your 7 cost Enel Rusher, if I can actually find it, and you also play the new 4 mana event. So you play your 7 cost Enel Rusher, you play your 5 cost Ace, and you also play this 4 cost event, which is, where is it? Why can, oh, and there we go, the I Am a God event, right? You play this, Enel and Ace, and you're able to kind of just rush people down. And that's like, you know, a good way to play Enel if you're running against a lot of Sakatsuki players and you just want to rush them down. I personally prefer a more defensive style of Enel, and that's what we're going to showcase over the next 2 videos, today and tomorrow. And that's the list that you see in the screen above. Now, I'm going to do a quick deck breakdown of the choices here and what we picked and why I prefer this defensive version, right? So let's talk about the cards that are really old and that you all know and love. Shirahoshi, we play 4 Shirahoshis because he just lets us kind of cycle, right? Draw 3, trash 2 cards. So it lets us fix our hand, especially because we're playing a lot of cards that have no counters, like Okiku, Linlin, Katakuri, and Yamato. So this is a great way to cycle our hand, and we like to draw in this deck because we always want to draw into our Yamatos preferably. We play 4 Katakuris because it's a nice way to get ourselves back to 1 life if we get to 0 and don't have Yamato. A really cool combo that you can do is that you can have your Nami on the field, or you can just play Nami and then play Katakuri to put that Nami back on the top of your life, for example. Or you can do the same thing with Shirahoshi or the Hiyori if you really do need that life on turn 10 and don't have a Yamato with yourself. And he also is a good card to be able to put like an opponent's 8 cost kids or the opponent's Moiras to their life and then kind of starve them out. Obviously, we play Beige because Beige is an amazing trigger and a good 2K. Yamato is what carries this Enel deck because even when you go down to 1 life or you go down to 0 life, you're able to play Enel and heal back up. Because remember, we completely skip over our leader, but what our leader does is that once per turn when you hit 0 life, you can trash a card from your hand and get a life back. But that only happens if you had a life to begin with. So if the opponent somehow gets you down to 0 life, on your turn, you want to be able to get back to 1 life, because that's essentially 2 life that you're going to be at, right? The life that you just got and the life after your Enel effect. So that's where Yamato comes really clutch because it lets you get a life back, and it also can let you KO one of the opponent's units, right? Sometimes you can even play this when you only have 1 life and just heal to 2, but you're KO an opponent's units, and then you have a big 9k body on the field that the opponent has to deal with. Gedatsu is really powerful in this deck because a lot of Enel strategies rely on you starving your opponent. So what do I mean by starving? By starving, I mean where you're not attacking the opponent's life, right? So when you're going against a red-purple Law player, which you're going to see in today's video where we have 2 matchups against Law, you want to starve them out and just use Gedatsu to pop all of their 4 cost units. So that's what Gedatsu comes into play. It's a really good way to just remove the opponent's units. We are playing 2 Onamis. And again, she's just a nice trigger, and sometimes the banish can be really good because you can use the banish on like a Yamato to swing into the opponent and then play Katakuri on the Onami to put the Onami back on top of your life. So that's something that's really cool. I actually think maybe we should be playing 4 Onamis, but I do like the 2 Brulees, so that's why I kind of go 2 Nami, 2 Brulees here. But honestly, if you want to play 4 of them, that's completely up to you. I think that wouldn't be a bad choice either. We play 4 Okikus, which is a card that we can get from a trigger to have an extra body on the field. 4 Hiyori, which is a 2k counter and can also let us manipulate our life, right? So we can kind of put, like if you're down to 1 life, you can use Hiyori and put the one to disappear or an Amaru on the top of your life, which effectively gives you like an extra life, right? Because obviously you'll be able to get the trigger out of that. So that's kind of where Hiyori comes into clutch. 2 Brulees, again, you can switch that to be Onami, and it's just having another extra trigger blocker that you can play for free, and it can be a 1k counter. We do play 4 7-cost Big Mom. Again, we're playing a more slow version of this deck. So the 7-cost Big Mom is really nice because it either gives you a life or makes the opponent trash alive, and you still end up with an AK body on the field. So it's kind of like a pseudo heal or a pseudo deal 1 to the opponent while leaving a body that the opponent has to deal with, right? And then the other old cards that we're playing is 3 Amarus. Cannot say anything else about this card. Pretty straightforward. You're able to just rest one of the opponent's blockers and push damage. 2, you're the ones who disappear. It's a good card in this deck because, again, we have a lot of non-counter cards. So it ends up making them at least be worth a 1k. And then 2 rejects so that we can potentially get rid of opponent's blockers or opponent's units or get rid of their last life to push that lethal damage. Reject is really good because, again, it can let you kill the Kusa. So that's like all the old stuff that was already in the game. So why is Enel all of a sudden back into the meta? Honestly, it's this card. So we got a new card with EB01, which is Raigo, but I think the actual English translation is Kingdom Come, I think it is. It's a 6-mana event that just lets you KO any of the opponent's units, right? It does take your life all the way to 1. So usually you want to use this when you are down to 1 life, right? And the reason why this kind of brought Enel back into the meta is because it gives us an answer against A-Cost Kid. It gives us an answer into Gecko Moira, right? The opponent plays those cards and we can just go Raigo and KO them right away. Don't have to worry about a big 9k swinger staying on the field. So this is a crazy card, and that's why we played 3 of them. I do think 4 is a little bit too bricky, but 3 is good enough, which means that you're usually going to see at least 1 or 2 on most of your games. And then the other card that we play is Shirahoshi. Now, Shirahoshi is really strong against like Black Yellow Luffy, against Moira, against like Uta, against any of these decks that have like just direct removal that cannot just bottom deck your card. Of course, Shirahoshi is super weak against Sakazuki or against Sweat Purple Law because they can just bottom deck the Shirahoshi. So you're usually just going to play it as a 1k counter against those decks. Against every other deck, Shirahoshi has saved me more times than I can count, because if the opponent removes them with like an Absalom, if you're going against a Moria player, you're just going to get to heal. You're just going to get to heal, right? So no matter what, the opponent's in a tough situation because they either have to just let you block or they're going to have to let you heal by 1, which ends up being really nice in a lot of scenarios. So that's kind of the deck list that I chose here. Now, again, we're trying to play this Enel a bit more slower, especially against deck like Red Purple Law. You want to just start them out and just slowly develop this board of like this really big units. Because effectively every time you go to 0, you're healing up again, you end up being a really good leader against a lot of these aggro decks that might be running around right now. Now, against decks like Sakazuki, you have to be a little bit more careful because starting them out usually doesn't work as well. Because they're able to they just have so much value. They have so much value. They're able to bottom deck your big baddies. They're able to bottom deck your Shirahoshi. So that's one deck where you kind of have to find a way to like be a little bit more aggressive. But against a lot of other decks, you have to make that choice. Do I start them out to start with, or do I just kind of go more aggressive? And it really depends on what your hand looks like. So yeah, let's just jump ahead. I ended up rambling a lot, already kind of almost 10 minutes of this deck breakdown. Again, 2 ways to play this. I just prefer this way better. Nothing wrong with the other one. You're going to see a lot of Enels if you have any Treasure Cups or Regionals coming up over the next month, because again, it's going to be one of those popular decks that you're going to see on EB01. And especially, you're going to see a lot of Enel in OP07 when they get access to the 10 cost Ace, which is ridiculous. Makes this deck even more consistent, allowing you to heal and also giving yourself rush, which is actually freaking ridiculous, right? So yeah, so prepare to see a lot of Enel over the next month. That's what I gotta say. So today we have 3 games. 2 games against Red Purple Law, and I think we have 1 game against a Red Yellow Sabo player. So I hope that you enjoy those 3 games and that you enjoy this deck breakdown. If you like today's games, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you all later. In this match, we're going against Law. And against Law, we want to just start them, right? So we have the Gedatsu. I mean, this hand is not amazing, though. I guess it's okay. Like, the Gedatsu is really good. Am I really going to keep this hand just because of a Gedatsu? It's possible. Right? It's possible. They're going to just bottom deck the Brulee, so there's no reason for us to play her. And we just have to starve them, right? We want to just starve the law player. And eventually just, like, drop our big bodies. We don't have Katakuri, though. We don't have Yamato, right? We don't have, like, a great hand to get back to my 1 life. They can kill my... They can bottom them my Gedatsu, right? Yeah, they can bottom them my Gedatsu. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this Nami. Let's get that race mats out of the way. Let's force the opponent to have to find a second race mats. If you attack with Zoro, I can attack into the Zoro. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, you cannot attack into it, right? So I guess we'll just go get that and just pop it and just pass. Yeah, we'll just go like this. We don't have to attack into their life. Again, we just get to start them out. I guess I should technically maybe play around this stupid thing, right? Let's play around, like, this lets me play around the kid right now. And it also lets, yeah, like this the kid, right? So you have the rush, but you're not a 7k right now. They go for the Fire Fist to bottom deck this. If I had a second Gedatsu, opponent would get so punished here. They get the Reju. And we just go 7 cost, right? Okay, no, I guess we just go second Gedatsu. Yeah, we just go second Gedatsu here. Yep. There goes their kid. Do I want to play this Hiyori? So I can put this Raigo on the top. Yeah, let's go like this. That will let me KO one of their units. And then we can go 7 cost Big Mom and go from there. I guess opponent is playing as smart. I don't need to do this right now. We know what's on the top of our life. Right? We know what's on the top, so we can save it for the next attack. It's weird tapping myself out of counters. Right? Oh man, and that Bonclay is actually pretty annoying. Because that's gonna be a guaranteed hit, right? Okay, we do have the Katakuri. So we should be in a decent spot. So we'll go 7 here. 5 here, sorry. We don't have to attack with the Gedatsu. Okay. Yeah, I think we just... So we're gonna go Big Mom, so I guess we'll just go 8 into this. And then we just go Big Mom. You're gonna take the life, right? Oh, you're gonna actually give me... Okay, so my Raigo gets pushed a little bit further down. Yeah, you're gonna push, you're gonna grab this 8, yeah. Oh, that works. Boom. Okay, opponent plays ace. You know what's funny? That we can... No, actually... Doesn't work, right? Because we're gonna be at 6. Yeah, so the ace is 7. So it doesn't actually work. Okay, so the bottom deck, the thing, right? We go down to 1. Oh, we don't even go down to 1? Ah, that's kind of sus. If I play Raigo, I'm gonna be like taking a life, so that doesn't make sense. So 1, 2, 3 attacks, 4 attacks with the kid. Yeah, opponent could win. Opponent could win here. Okay, well, they gave me a life, so I guess they're not winning. I guess we can start. No, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything yet until we can completely clear their board. Like, opponent has to attack, right? I guess they don't have to attack. We can just both be sitting here, and then eventually I get Yamato and you just lose the game anyways. Okay. Oh, opponent's not at 3 lives, so the Okiku doesn't actually work. Okay, the opponent got me to 1, which is kind of what I wanted. You're actually gonna attack into us, which is gonna make it easier for me. We're gonna just trash the Osukiku. We don't need her anymore. So now I can just attack into your ace, right? So now I can just attack into your ace and clear your whole board. If they play... Okay, yeah, if they play Kid here, I guess that's gonna be 7k. I don't want to go down to 6. Okay, they didn't actually even attack with the Kid. Oh my goodness. So I can go Gedatsu now to KO this. And then I just attack into the ace and attack into this, into the Zoro. So Gedatsu can KO this guy, so for 5. That leaves me 5 down. We can go 9, 9. And I guess we can go 8 into the Zoro. I kind of don't want to play Gedatsu. Like, I feel like the Raigo is probably better. I don't want to leave that Kid alive at the same time, though. So I guess we'll go 7 into Zoro. We'll go 9 into Ace. We'll go Gedatsu into the Killer. And maybe... Okay, so opponent has... Yeah, maybe I just give you the Shirahoshi for you to bottom deck her. That doesn't seem worth it, right? I think it's better as a 1k. We can go to 5k. Are we concerned about the rushers? If the opponent has another kick killer... I guess let's not make it easy for them. Yeah, let's not make it easy for them, right? If they have another rusher here. Oh, that's my Yamato. Perfect. So now we just go Yamato and we just heal up. All right. So now that we have found the Yamato, I think we can start attacking into the opponent. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a bunch of units on the field. And we can just start attacking, getting them to 0. We have the Raigo to get rid of the Queen blocker if necessary. Okay. Opponent actually gives me the 2 cards. Why do we just pass? Nah, let's go ahead and kill them. Let's go ahead and kill them. I think at this point we have starved them out enough that we can just attack into them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. Opponent has 1 life. And they're only going to have 5 cards. I guess they could have a Reiju here. But this is kind of how you want to play against Law. You want to starve them out. We got the Yamato a little bit late. But at this point, we can just do our thing. We have counters to save our units. Even if they, I guess opponent could have like a Gordon to get this down. But they only really have 1 attacker because they don't want to attack with the Queen. So they don't want to attack with the Queen. We already killed 2 Zoros. We killed 2 Kids and Killers. Opponent even got to play Ace in this matchup. And we got rid of the Ace. Yeah, opponent gets another Queen here. They could have the Gordon to get rid of the Gedatsu. And then still play like a Reiju. Or play like a Shiraiya. There you go. Yep, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. 3, 2. Okay. Okay. You even give me a Bone Clay here. You have 2 Dawn open. We can actually go... I guess we can just go Regen now, right? Yeah, so we can go Raigo and Regen. Yeah, we go like this. We go like this. And then we just attack for 5, 8, 8, and 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 6k counter, plus we have 2 lives. So there's no way for the opponent to beat this anyways. Even if the opponent can somehow survive, right? They had double. They had the second, the third, and the 4th Zoro. Ironically, this Regis would have been really good for them. But they got them just a little bit too late, so GG's. In this match, we're going against Red Purple Law. And this is going to be all about starving our opponent. I like the reject, but everything else in my hand doesn't look great, right? Like I want to find my Gedatsus, and unfortunately we still didn't get the Gedatsus. The Okikus are not great, because again, we want to just starve them. So that's where the Gedatsu that's where the Gedatsu comes into play, because he lets us pop their units. So we traded a reject, we lost the reject, and didn't get a Gedatsu in return. We also don't have the Yamato yet. The opponent's just gonna ramp and just get their stuff here. It's gonna be risky. It is gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. So if he's a Sashi and Penguin, okay, it's just a second aim. Could be worse, I guess. Second Katakuri, that's not what we're looking for. That is not what we're looking for. We'll just drop this here and just have the opponent bottom deck this Okiku. That way they cannot play Kid here, right? They have to play Gordon and play a forecast instead. And next turn will be at 7, so I guess we'll just go Linlin. Opponent's probably just going to trash their own life. If we had Gedatsu last time, we could pop one of the Ains and be in a better position. You still need one more card here, my friend. This is a 6K. Okay. So they play 2 cards to be able to deal with this. So, we probably need to counter at least one of these. I guess the downside of playing... Yeah, the downside of playing this Linlin is that now the freaking Bantam is in the way. Okay, we're not getting a great... We're not having a good time here, my friends. I could go... I mean, this is a mistake by the opponent, by the way. Yeah, that was... Okay, so that was a mistake by the opponent. I guess we'll do both. Yeah, I guess we'll do both. We'll do both, so we'll go here and here. And then we'll trash... We have 7 next turn, so I guess we'll trash Okiku. Yeah, I mean, you can counter out of this and just keep your units. The problem with playing this 7 cost is gonna be this Bantam in the way. But I think I have to just do it and just force the opponent to take that life. So that's gonna be an 8K hit. And then 2 5Ks. We'll have Katakuri to get us back to 1. To get us, like, the problem here is that... Okay, well, if opponent's gonna just attack like that, I'm okay with that. Because I know I'm taking this hit. Weird game. No Yamatos is kind of awkward. With no Yamatos is kind of awkward, right? So... This is going to be an 8K. This is going to be an 8K. Do we do this now? Let's take... Oh. Let's take it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sometimes it's better lucky than good, guys. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. At this point, Gedatsu's not killing anything. So we'll just trash it. Opponent's probably gonna play Kick Killer here. Right? Yep. So we have 2 ways to do this, right? If we counter now, it means that we don't have to actually play for the Katakuri next turn. Right? We don't have to play for the Katakuri. We can now instead go Raigo. How many Dawn? Oh wait, opponent only has 2 Dawn. Opponent has enough to steal bottom deck this Shirahoshi. So that's gonna be 8. I guess I want to make sure that I kill their units, right? So we can go 7. I guess let's go here first. Let's go 8. Make sure we kill the kid. If opponent gives me 2 2Ks, I'm okay with that. I guess I'm okay with that, right? Do you have another 2K? Okay, they don't. So we'll go like this and just Raigo this bad boy and force the opponent to have to use their leader effect and get themselves to not down for the next turn. So they have to use their leader effect here to get rid of the Shirahoshi, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. We still have 2 lives, and opponent only has 2 attackers. So they have to go ahead and play a unit, and then go their leader effect, and then bottom deck the Shirahoshi. Really weird game. No Yamatos puts us in a really awkward situation. Wow. I don't want to... I guess I can just block it, right? Before he can bottom deck it. Yeah, just block it before they can bottom deck it. If you attack for 9, I can just 2k counter. I can go Hiyori. If the opponent plays Kick Killer... No, they cannot play it. So we just counter here and just stay at 1. Is Shuriaya? And Sora? Sashi and Penguin. Okay, so they... Well, that's nasty. That's actually so nasty. So we can just attack here for 5. Right? Put the Nami on the Linlin. Attack the opponent for 8 with Banish. They took it. And then we just go here and put this on the top. Yeah. Let's go like this. So no matter which order the opponent can just kill the Linlin, I guess. But no matter which order the opponent attacks into my life, they're going to be losing one of their units. That Nami was nasty. That Nami top deck was nasty. I've been getting both lucky and unlucky in this game. Lucky that we keep getting, like, we had a Nami trigger that to kill the Bon Clay. We had the Nami top deck, right? And unlucky because we haven't found our Yamatos. Yamatos will be really good here. Really, really good here. So, what am I supposed to do? If they kill the Linlin, I mean, they have a blocker Shuriai as well. They know the shit are attacking to my life. They know that if they attack into my life, they're just gonna get hit into the Nami. So they're gonna lose one of their units no matter what. So they have to kill the Linlin. Yep. You kill the Linlin, and then what? You just don't attack? They have... Okay, so they are gonna attack. And yeah, we'll just use the trigger and just pop this. No trigger effect. We're gonna trash it. Stay at 1. I guess the opponent could have a Kick Killer here. They don't have it. They don't have it. We can reject, right? Reject is 4, so we can go 7. We can go 7, reject, take that last life, win the game. Yeah, we just go like this and then attack with Katakuri and finish there. We even had a Shirahoshi as a trigger, as my last trigger. So ended up working out. One of their lives was... 2 of their lives were Kick Killer, by the way, because one of the lives that they trashed earlier. But yeah, those Namis were just MVP, unfortunately, for the opponent. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Sabo. So a pretty aggressive deck. I don't know what to do here. First or second? I don't mind going first. Let's kind of like make it so that the opponent cannot be that aggressive. I like the 7 costs. I like the 7 costs, and I like my blocker Shirahoshi here. So like we can attack for 6, play Shirahoshi, have reject, attack for 6, and should be in a decent spot. Oh, they just took their own life, which I guess it makes sense. It lets them have a unit on the field. I don't know that I care about starving them out, especially because the opponent's gonna be able to just get so much extra life with their Sabo. So I think we do want to make sure that we like just attack into them and just be a little bit aggressive. It does mean that the opponent will be able to play their ace shenanigans, but I think that's fine. Again, we'll go Shirahoshi, and we'll just reject, and then attack for 6, then go Linlin. I was hoping I could find the Yamato, that's why I like going first. But it just wasn't meant to be, right? We can just leave the Shirahoshi here for a while. Oh, okay, that's kind of annoying, because I can now reject that, right? I can now reject that one. I guess I could and just have them heal. Is that worth it? It might honestly be worth it. It might honestly still be worth it to just reject the Okiku, even if it gives the opponent a life. I guess let's see what the opponent hits from trigger here. Especially because now I have the 7-cost big bombs. Because having that extra attacker, opponent's gonna be able to continue bouncing. Okay, well I guess we gotta. Well, I don't care about this, right? If they want to KO the Shirahoshi, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll let you get the heal. Because this will heal me. If you KO this will just heal me, so we're just trading alive. Which increases my potential for a potential trigger. And if you want to put this back on the top of your life, you're not able to play it for free the way that you can play Okiku for free. Because the problem here is that I can continue putting that Okiku on top and just get her every turn for free. So that's why I want to kill the Okiku. At least with the Limburg, opponent's going to be forced to, like, actually discard a card anytime they want to play this from their life. So it's a little bit awkward. And we're not in a great situation because we don't have Yamato yet. But we do still have a Katakuri. We have this 7-cost big moms, right? Yeah, opponent's going to just kill her. And I guess we'll just say okay. It sucks giving them that life with the Okiku, but hey, that's one of the reasons that we've been attacking. Wow, another 7 cost. Oof. Too many. I mean, I guess eventually opponent has to... Opponent has to respect this Linlins. Like, they cannot just... Like... Okay, yeah, there you go. Just like I said, right? This is... I guess I can attack into the Flampe. I don't need to even attack into the Limburg anymore. So we can attack into the Flampe. If the opponent's going to attack with her, we'll go down to 1. Okay. Another 7 cost. Wow, that's a party right here, guys. That's a party. I'm going to risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Oh, this my yeah, this my Yamato, right? So now we can just do Linlin into Yamato. You're gonna give me a life, or you're gonna trash your Limburg? Okay, they're gonna trash the Limburg. So I have to be worried about the Rush Luffy's and the Rush Ace, right? We still have 2 lives, and we'll have Yamato coming up after. We can go... I guess I want to go Yamato just so that I can go to 2. But there is a world where we can always go Hiyori into Katakuri on our 10-don turn, right? These 7-cost big moves are a little bit awkward. Yeah, so they're gonna, opponent's going to have the ace here. So this smells to me like an ace. So ace, and then they have 4 don, but again, they don't have enough units yet. If the opponent leaves me at 1, do we ever go another Linlin? Or is it always Yamato? We don't have a lot of counters. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's just Kid. I mean, I say, okay, they also have the ace, so they have both, right? So 7k, 7k, 7k. One of them is actually going to be an 8k, so the opponent's going to actually... So it is going to have to be Yamato in that stand. But the Yamato's not killing anything. Oh, that's perfect. We'll trigger this first, we'll trash this, and then we'll trash another Linlin. Yep. Sometimes you just hit the right trigger. Now what? Now, this is going to be actually a 9k attack, right? Yeah, this is going to be a 9k attack, and this is going to be an 8k. So we'll go like this. We can actually play Hiyori, which is kind of funny. We can put this in the bottom. Oh, wow. An opponent's actually going to let me do it. Yeah, I think I like that. I think we'll go here, use the card action, take the top. We're going to put this in the bottom, right? So this is at 7. So we'll attack it for 8 first. See if the opponent gives me a 2k. They will? Okay, so this is at 7. I probably want to just go ahead and play the Shirahoshi. Or I guess I could also just go another 7 cost, right? Have the opponent lose the ace. No, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill that. Let's just go ahead and kill that. And then we just play the Shirahoshi as a blocker. That's what's so good about the Shirahoshi, that she's so cheap. We know we have a good trigger in the bottom, right? And we have plenty of cards to discard. So at this point, we can just go here, and just chill. We can always put the Hiyori on the top with Katakuri, so it's not like she's gonna be useless in our thing. And then we still have this Yamatos now. We can trash Linlin to trigger my trigger stuff. And yeah, now we slowly just kill them, right? We should be able to stall them out from this. And once we start developing these big bodies, it's gonna be crazy. Now, that you're the one who should disappear definitely saved my butt last turn, because otherwise we would have a lot less cards to play with. An opponent's gonna get tilted when they see the second one then that we settle with the Hiyori. This Nami has been giving them a lot of value, so even if I have to just pop the Nami with Yamato, that's absolutely worth it. So another kick killer. Do you have a second little ace? They could have a second little ace. Unfortunately, again, it's not going to be enough for the opponent to kill us. Oh, it's just Neko? If we stay at 1, we can actually kill the Neko with Yamato, which might be more value than killing the Nami. The Neko doesn't get to attack right now, but I guess the opponent wants... Okay, well, if the opponent puts their Neko on the top, we can actually kill the kick killer. Not like we have to, because the opponent's just going to attack with it right now. Yeah, no, that's... I kind of want to save this. You're only attacking for 6, right? So the opponent decided that it was not a right play to do that. This is at 7. So again, we can do the same thing. And we're probably just going to play the Big Mom instead this time around. Actually, I guess we can attack and just play Yamato anyways, right? We're going to attack for 6. Opponent's going to take it. And then we play Yamato. And still heal up and kill their Neko. And now we have another big body in the field. And we know that we're completely safe because we know what our last card of our life is. So many things that we can do here. So many things that we can do here. And it's just a matter of like slowly whittling them down. And the opponent gets to heal, etc., etc. So that's like the annoying part here. If we had another Okiku, there might be a turn where it might be better to play like double Okiku. And again, that's the problem. We just are able to just stall them out. Now, leaving that ace on the top is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. If the opponent leaves me at 2, I think it actually is. It has to be the Linlin, by the way. Ooh. That's a good one. Oh, they're going to put that on the top. Okay. They're going to attack for 9. Sure. It's going to slow me down, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, they're going to play this for free. I do like playing this Linlin. We can also... Do we ever play Nami? Do we ever play Nami? The problem is that the opponent's gonna have... Honestly, yeah, let's go for it. We could have done it on the Yamato, by the way, not on the Enel. Yeah, we should have done it on the Yamato because this is a 2K counter waiting to happen. Yep. There you go. We'll go like this. We'll go like this and just play the 7 cost. Yeah, that's fine. Have the opponent choose. The idea is that I want to be able to put this Nami on the top of my life. Opponent has 4 attacks. Technically 4 attacks, but they're not going to have all 4, right? The idea is that we can put this Nami on the top of our life with the Katakuri, net send, and be in a good spot. We can attack for 5, attack for 5, attack for 8, attack for 9. I mean, we're just gonna rush in that, right? We're just gonna. I keep forgetting, by the way, that this can give one of my characters Spanish. I don't know why I keep doing it on my leader every time. So we could have definitely gotten rid of this Denjiro by attacking with the Yamato, right? So that's definitely my mistake. I keep forgetting about that specific thing there. I guess they can kill the Yamato here if they want to. And I'll be okay with that. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Like, for some reason, I'm so like, oh, this has to go on a leader because when you play Yamato, leader, you're always putting this on a leader, right? This sucks for them because again, they don't want to attack into me, but they're gonna have no choice but to attack into me. And then we got a blocker. So yeah, so we're gonna go 5. Okay, we're gonna go 5. You have to counter this, right? Because otherwise you lose. Even if they counter, by the way, we can just go 5. Okay, so I guess we can just go for lethal, right? We can just go 5 and then 8. I guess opponent could be playing something that we don't know about. Like they could be playing a beige, technically, right? If they were playing a beige, then I guess, yeah, they would be able to stop me because I only have 4 dons, so this wouldn't have gone. But again, we always knew we had this on the top of our last live, so we were never under any threat. So, GG's. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games against Law and against Sabo player, right? Against Law, you kind of still want to talk about, you kind of want to starve them out. We did get lucky with a couple triggers there. But hey, that's what's gonna happen sometimes when you play yellow, right? Like the Nami ended up being crazy. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I'm considering potentially 4 Namis instead of the Brulees, especially because it can be so good against those Law players, just popping their units, right? But you want to just starve them, and eventually you just get enough big bodies on the field that you can just take out all their life, even if the opponent still has, you know, 4, 3 life or 2 life. And that's kind of what you want to do in those matchups. Against that Red Yellow Sabo, it was a little bit awkward. Kind of took me a while to kind of get the swing of things going. But the idea was kind of the same. Make it so that they only ever have just a couple units to attack with. So try to go for Reject or Raigo to be able to get rid of the units as you can. And then eventually you just have enough big units so you can just pop everything that they do and just push a ton of damage. So yeah. We have one more video of Enel coming out tomorrow. Since it's an older leader, not a newer leader, we're only doing 2 videos of it instead of 3. So if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.